Hello everybody and welcome back to another video of Heroes of the Storm. Today we're continuing on our How to Bruise series and we've landed upon Thrall. Pulling up the list here, you'll see that I have him in the damage only category, which means he kind of lacks wave clear and he kind of lacks tankiness. So why would you want to pick this hero over some of these other bruisers on this list? Well, Thrall is kind of, for the most part, the king of consistency in a solo lane effect. So, if you need a hero to just go in one lane and not die, Thrall's your hero. He has so many different spells and abilities that allow him to heal and whittle down the enemy hero that he might not win all of his matchups, but he'll be able to just sit under tower, clear minions, and live, which oftentimes is all you need for a bruiser for the laning phase, because when the team fight comes, man, can Thrall help pack a punch. He is one of the best bruisers on this list at blowing up heroes that are both squishy and tanky due to his different spells and talents. So you'll see if we look at his baseline kit, he actually has no percent damage. But at levels 1 with Rolling Thunder, 7 with Ancestral Wrath, and 16 with Alpha Wolf, we have a bunch of percent damage, which if we're able to scale into the mid to late portion of the game, Thrall can really help the team out and pack a large punch and make a big impact. So, like I said, the early game is a little bit weak, and he's mainly just a consistent poke damage hero who's able to sustain in the lane, is super gankable, but when the team fight comes, he's there for them, for your allies. So, we're going to go ahead, hop into the game, and hopefully have some fun. Alright, and we find ourselves on the Battlefield of Eternity today, which is a pretty good map for Thrall, because we're able to throw him in the top lane and just forget about him as a team, as a whole, right? And then when the objective comes and there's this big fight here in the middle, he's able to help pack a punch there. Talking about the Skinergy, so I come from the game Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne. That's the game I grew up playing from a wee child up until I was a teenager, and then I transitioned over to Heroes of the Storm. Well, Thrall in that game rides a giant wolf just like this, so I had to go with the wolf mount. And then I really love this Fellhammer skin, I think that's the name of it. I just love the way that it really makes him feel like a bold orc running and charging into battle. So as always, we'll talk about the build and talents at the end of the video, so stay tuned for after the game. We'll go more in depth about that. For now, we're going to focus on the gameplay. Like, for instance, right now, we're just hiding inside of our base. We don't want anything to do with this red team, really. We want to know who we're going to be facing. So I see Gul'dan. It's Genji. Genji's the only one missing, and we see him in the bottom lane, which means if we see him in the bottom lane, we're going to try to push our advantage and get these minions pushed in as quickly as possible. As long as we count 5 heroes down here, that means they're going to be losing out on soak in the top lane if I'm able to push these minions into the tower. But you can see Thrall's wave clear is absolutely abysmal. We know where minions are by looking on this, our side of the map. Minions mirror each other in this game, so you can kind of track where they're at by looking at that. Now, the fact that they have Genji, they have Artanis, these are heroes that are very good at... Wow, well done by the team. But those are heroes that are very good at ganks. Means that I am a wee bit afraid of getting ganked. One more auto and a Q should finish him off. And now we're a little bit low. But as Thrall, that is no problem, because his healing capabilities are so strong. You can see I was just like 2 HP. I'm now full HP. This is due to his trait, and by allowing himself to play into his trait properly, you're able to get a lot of heals by spamming your abilities into minions, because your W procs off of minions. We're gonna go ahead and base here. There's no reason for me not to base. I'll get full mana and then be back before these minions crash. So that's the reason we're basing quickly. I wouldn't be able to take this camp because I think I lose to Gul'dan unless he misplays. And now we'll be back. We'll have full HP, full mana, no problem. He's going to go check that camp. Maybe he'll even start that camp, which is best case scenario, because I could fight him on it. But my poke damage isn't going to do much against him, and he knows it. He's not wanting to clear this out. Not yet, at least. That was actually a much better trade than I was anticipating, but he, as you can see, he just takes whatever he wants from me. And I'm realizing he wants the globes. That's the main thing he wants. He is running low on mana, which means if he wants to heal, he's going to have to either suck off one of my minions or use his life tap ability, which opens up opportunities for me to come in and maybe get a kill. Oh, if I had one more auto, he'd be gone. And I am very gankable because I put myself far out of position there, so I need to be a little bit cautious. Watching the minimap to see when my minions are coming in, so I can press a W on the minion wave and heal up to full, just like so. See, big healing. And then I can Q. That'll heal me as well. Here comes the gank that I was super worried about, but looks like it's not going to be that big of a deal. I could base or I could tap, and I'm going to actually opt to tap here because this objective is up and running. So I want to be ready for my team whenever they're ready for this fight. And continue to soak. So we gain power spikes. I'd say level 7 is your first big power spike. Before that, it's all pretty much the same. Would love to get in on one of these enemy heroes, if not more. But just poking them down. See, you're the king of hit and run. Poke, 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 hit and run. And I might try to watch what heroes are coming through here. Just slow them down a little bit. Give my team some more room so that they can get stuff done here on the objective. And I like fighting heroes, but remember, you're not tanky. So although you can fight heroes, you're not super good at, oh, am I dead? At surviving. Trying to keep an eye on the minimap. Yeah, here comes the swap if he wants it. Doesn't look like he's going to have quite enough time to do that. So we didn't do a lot in that fight. But friendly team's been popping off, and we've been playing consistently. That's the reason you're picking Thrall, is for consistency. A hero who never really has to leave lane, is able to get you all the soak in the game whenever you need it. And we're going to pick up our biggest power spike. So, at this talent tier, all it does is our auto attacks crit now after we use an ability. I've been getting asked in the comments to try and just say a little something about this, whenever I pick talents, what they do. So I figure I might as well start now. My allies don't need to be here. They could be in the top lane getting stuff done because we are Mr. Consistency. Remember, that's what we do best, is we are consistent. This camp is up, so I'll ping for assistance. We're very good at taking a lot of camps in this game. Just because of our healing. So, and not only that, but Thrall has one of the hardest hitting auto attacks in the game. And spamming those in and out can really be the difference between winning a lane and losing a lane. Looks like friendly team is confused about where they want to be. And if I can catch one of these heroes with a root, we could totally get a kill. Here we go. We'll go in now. Unfortunately, Ming didn't save her spells. And our Tannis is here, so I'm gonna get out of this lane and go top lane here. So I think if I time my abilities perfectly, I can one-shot the Junkrat. I think. And if not right now, then later on in the game, I should be able to do that. Oh, that rat. Literally. Literally a Junkrat. He was very quick with that ability. I'm kind of shocked he used it that fast. Alright, well then we'll leave. And you'll notice we're kind of making this sharking gameplay, because you are a bruiser that is good at ganking as well. And most of all, though, we're trying not to die, because we scale good into the late game. And as long as we're alive, we can get XP for our team. Anytime there's an opportunity to get XP for your team, you need to be there to do it. So my allies just died in this lane. I'm going to ping... Oh, maybe I need to fight here. I just killed my ally by staying. I am so sorry, friend. But I was going to say, anytime there's a time for you to be soaking for your allies, you're going to be needing to soak for your allies. You can see we got all wonky and messed up and honestly lost that entire time that the objective was down, and even when it was up. Since the last objective, we've been losing because Mr. Consistency, Thrall, has not been just straight solo laning like he wants to be. We do hit level 10 for our allies, though. And Sylv says she's clearing bot, so I can clear top here while I look for my allies. And our siege is pretty good as well. Oh, those misses on my auto attacks suck. I hate that. Friendly team getting absolutely annihilated, but that's okay. It'll get better for us. Now, Thrall has 2 ults, but my personal favorite and pick in almost every game is Sundering. The other one can be good, and I don't really hate it. But Sundering just offers so much more, in my opinion, that I'm like, why would I ever want to pick anything other than Sundering? You're able to finish off low HP targets as they run away. you're able to disposition a team fight, granting your allies a lot of opportunity to do good. And you're able to stop channeled abilities. Like I said, our auto attacks really help us out. So whenever our auto attacks are disabled, it can be the difference between us winning or losing. I think we might have saved my ally here just by being there to get that Cassia player taken down. I have a tap up, so maybe I'll look for the tap, or in fact, I'm going to look for the base. So the reason I'm basing instead of tapping is no one's on our objective currently because the health bar is not going down, and 2 of my other allies just based while 1 was respawning, which meant I could have tapped, but now I have my tap to use later, and my allies are right here with me now, rather than just tapping and waiting for no reason. Gonna try to maybe get in on the Gul'dan player, and if he goes to use his suck, on me at least, then we'd be able to stop him with an R, but really good pick by my allies there, getting us a huge kill. Genji now coming out, and what up, buddy? Hey, friend. We're able to get a pick on the Genji by watching our minimap and figuring out where their heroes are. I would really like to get in on this objective, stunning out the Junkrat from his ability. Trying to wait out this, wait out the enemy team's abilities, but we're not quite able to do it. I don't know if I get out of here or if we're able to save an ally. No, we're not able to do much more of anything, so we'll run away. But guess what we have? We have a sippy cup up, which we can use now to defend because this enemy team is surely going to push in. And then we'll try to defend, I suppose. Because we have such great self-healing, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Rotate into our ally here. Look to get the root. We barely kill them off with a nice little poke damage. Remember, king of consistency, Thrall. And I doubt there's much more we're going to be able to get done on this map. With all my allies slowly falling. My ult's up in 10 seconds. So I could look for something. I can't really engage upon these enemies until I have that up to cancel out their abilities. But my allies are going in. Maybe we're able to kill the Genji player. Auto attack, please. Nope, we're not able to get him down. He's sitting there at half of an HP, unfortunately. But you can see our team fight presence has been super duper strong in this game. I was hoping to catch one of those enemies. Unfortunately, I do get swapped into the Abyss, and that is a quick death by me. But we trade into their Artanis decently, so it's not the end of the world. And this objective is still at the halfway mark while friendly team is respawning. Junkrat has his ult, which is a lame ult. Super overtuned. So he's able to just get out and pummel so much damage on our buildings. Friendly team doing their best to poke down this objective, while the enemy team's Genji, I'd imagine, Genji and Junkrat are poking down our objective. I'll be up in 5 seconds, which it might just be to defend against the objective push that red team will most likely cap here. Yeah, hopefully friendly team can stagger some of these enemies, though, so they're not able to push with the objective. And I see a massive minion wave, which being Thrall, being the Bruiser, I have to forfeit my team fight presence, which is our best strong suit, and go ahead and fight for this. Fight for the minion wave instead. I've just been kill stealing this whole time, but part of that is because Thrall, yeah, she's saying Thrall to the rescue again. Well, that's because Thrall is able to just be there. He has such great self-sustain and tools in his kit to stay alive that there's no reason he shouldn't stay alive, except if you're trying to make a dire save or you get swapped by an Artanis. Alright, picking up Alpha Killer. This grants us more % damage, which might not be exactly what we need in this game, but it's my best, my favorite build to go with him, and I'll explain that all at the end, like I said. We're gonna go and rotate bottom because I think Junkrat's probably going for this camp, and despite him having the best camp clear in the entire game, if we can get on top of him, I have my R to cancel his R, and I have my W to slow him down. We might be able to kill him, but yeah, it looks like he's out of there. What a fun hero. But no worries. Cassia or Sylvanas is in the bottom lane, and if I can catch Genji or Junkrat on the rotation, that would be big. So I was able to leave Sylvanas in the bottom lane. I saw her there, so she would be the one to soak. I didn't have to be. And I can look for other things on the map. Oh! That's what he's doing. He's doing this camp, isn't he? Oh, I hope I can get here in time. Yeah, there he is. I don't think I was able to root him, but maybe I'll be able to R him. No way he lives. That is sickening to the soul. We stole their camp, but they unfortunately stole some of our allies' lives, which makes me a little bit upset. So there's not much that we can do. Wow, I'm shocked. He lived at literally half of an HP. That's a rounding error, Blizzard. Alright, well, we'll be able to heal up off this camp and get it prepped for the objective. As Thrall, since you suck at wave clear, you kind of will rely on camp timings to help you in that wave clear department. So I'm relying on this camp to push out this top lane while I'm not able to, and help us not have to worry about doing our chores as much, such as clearing out the minion waves. Able to land a good root, enabling my allies to get the pick there on the Gul'dan player, which is really big for us, but unfortunately we're kind of getting zoned out by the by the Junkrat once again, and my allies were possibly gonna get taken down there, but thankfully, thankfully no one was killed in the process, except until now. We do have an R up and ready to use. If I can catch Genji out of position, we might be able to get something done. If nothing else, we'll just try to poke. Really good boop by the Genji player. Once again, Thrall or someone's very low out there. We need to just try to kill this guy. Alright, we barely get the kill on him. I seen Genji. He was somewhere lurking. Where did he go? He's out of there. And I have abandoned my ally in the process of all of this. We'll tank some of these shots for her. And really good slows by my ally will help us out in a little bit. He has it again? I might change this from a How to Bruise series to just I Hate Junkrat. Our main player miraculously made it out of there. And now we're able to just heal up off of our trait slightly. Maybe that was enough roots to save my allies. Not quite. We have a little heal that we're able to help out with. But due to our lack of wave clear, we have been losing bottom slowly but surely, because really our presence is... Our resources are better spent fighting heroes. That is just how this hero is going to work. 5 seconds until I get my ultimate ability back, which will be nice to have. I'm hoping we'll be able to get a pick on, once again, either Junkrat, who's been a big, major nuisance to us, or someone else. He's able to boop himself away. And this objective race has been super duper tight. You can see Ming going out there. I think I'm going to opt for the defensive route. Nope. I'm going to opt for whatever red team bids me to do. Really good burst damage out there on the Gul'dan player. One more auto will finish him off by my Leoric. Is Junkrat... Where is he at? I want him. I got a price on his head. Please! You're kidding me! How long does it take? Half a second to go off. How long does it take for him to take his rocket ride? Alright. A little bit longer than me. Slightly longer than me. And he can apparently use it while rooted. Yeah, we're changing the title to I Hate Junkrat. Nonetheless, we're just going to have to continue to run on out of here. I think we win this trade, though. I don't think you've saved yourself, red team. Getting really big damage out there quickly on top of that Artanis player. And King consistency, we're able to stay in lane. I thought about basing, but then I was like, wait, I'm playing Thrall. I will just heal to full by spamming Qs and making sure we're picking up any value elsewhere on the map, just so that we don't completely die. Oh, that was a little bit spooky. Huge. We did it. He is dead. All right. We are still a little bit low, but we just need to wait a few more seconds for our cooldowns. Objective is also mildly healthy, which is why I'm not completely done here. I was hoping I'd catch her mid-E. Not quite able to, though. So with that, we're just going to use our E and we're going to bounce. Objective, whittling them down. And due to our consistency, our soak has been very good. And our hero damage has been very good. Our siege, not really. We've had to thank our allies for that. But regardless, look at the map. Look at the game. Look how this game has gone. It's very much any man's game, but also we still have 2 buildings alive. They only have, or we still have 4 buildings alive, 2 of our forts. They have no forts alive any longer, and they're losing 1 keep. So, because we haven't ever had the base, and now that we've scaled to the late game, we're able to really outplay a lot of these opponents. You know, we finally killed Junkrat for, well, it's the 4th time in this game, but feels like the first time in forever. And we're just trying to help your team out wherever possible. Because as Thrall, you can do a lot. And you can win a lot of 1v1s. But you do have to be there for your allies in most scenarios. And kind of play around them. Because you're a very opportunistic, poke damage hero that whittles down enemies to get the kills necessary. Trying to make sure I don't get blinded there, which was big. I was really hoping I wouldn't get hit by auto attack. This is massive. I have my blink if I want to blink out of this. We'll just sidestep it instead. Heal up off of the minion wave. I see a Cassia inbound. There we go. We use my blink for my level 20 talent, Wind Rush, to jump on top of the Genji player, granting us a quick E. And yeah, the finisher comes in to finish off those low HP enemy heroes. We're taking a lot of poke from Junkrat, who is probably the king of poke damage when it comes to non-bruiser heroes. But we're able to heal that up. And yeah, play it safe. That's a good call by the friendly team. That's typically what you want to do as Thrall, is play the safe game. Because you're so consistent, you don't have to worry about doing anything too crazy. If you play the consistency game, then you will win off of just being such a consistent hero. So the consistent safe game is such a good route to take often on this hero. He says as he looks for a pick on the Junkrat player. If I had my Wind Rush up, I probably could have killed him by getting right on top of him, rooting him, and then canceling his R with my R. But we didn't have that ability up, so no harm, no foul. Objective will be coming into the bottom lane. It would be nice if I could start this bottom camp first, but it looks like friendly team will get it cleared out before we're able to do that. Yeah. Alright. So this is what it's going to all come down to. We're playing this opportunistic playstyle, consistently whittle them down, get them to a low position, and then you can go in for the finishing touches with your R, Sundering, or with your Wind Rush. Or you just back out and say, I'm going to stay in the lane because I can heal. You got to go back to base. I've gained my team some time. Really good damage out there on the Cassia player. Enables my team to get the kill that we need. I'm just trying to crawl around this fight. Yeah, Artanis did die. I got a little heal. And we're just trying to protect our objective, because the objective will end the game here. And same thing, same as this whole video is gone, whole entire game, is we don't have to worry about doing anything extravagant. We're not a super flashy hero. We are, hey, we're going to let other things just win us the game. But we will help those things win us the game by being so consistent. Alright, Genji, or Junkrat does get his ult off on top of us. There we go. Able to finish off these last 2 heroes using that opportunistic playstyle. Had to shut up and focus for it. And we're able to kill the core by just playing it slow. Nothing crazy, you know? Nothing crazy. Just good old Thrall, taking it easy, whittling down opponents, and winning the game. So we'll talk about the build and talent now that the game is over. Our Leor did die 13 times, but I mean, he tanked a lot of damage for us, so I can't even blame him for that. So like I said, this build is, in my opinion, it plays into a lot of Thrall's strengths, but Thrall has so many different play styles that you could go for a large number of different builds, and you would still be able to function properly as him. So at level 1, I go for Rolling Thunder. This allows my basic attacks. All right, let's just read it out. Okay. So for 8 seconds after hitting an enemy with Chain Lightning, your Q, Thrall's next basic attack against them grants a stack of your trait, Frostwolf Resilience. If the target is an enemy hero, then Thrall will also deal damage equal to 3% of their maximum health and heal for that amount. Additionally, passively, it increases the number of chain lightning bounces by 1, so your Q bounces 1 more time. So this grants you so much extra sustain in a solo lane fight, which remember, you're just taking it easy. You're throwing Thrall in the top lane just to play it cool. We're going to sit in our tower, not do anything crazy because you are gankable, but if you take poke damage, it doesn't matter. Thrall's not going to care about that. And this talent really helps accentuate that, and also plays very good into the late game when heroes have high HP pools and it's hard to kill them with that percent damage it brings. And this also works off of minions, not just heroes, with not the percent damage, but with your Frostwolf resilience stack, so you're able to get a lot more stacks rolling, enabling you to heal more and stay in the fight more. Feral resilience is what I went at level 4, so heroes damaged by your W grant 4 stacks of Frostwolf resilience, which is a lot more than the typical 1 or 2 it grants you. But 4 stacks. So if you hit 2 enemy heroes, you're getting nearly 2 heals. If you hit 3 enemy heroes, you're getting 2 full heals from your trait. It's chef's kiss. And then the big one, the big reason to pick it up, is you'll also gain 2 stacks of... Hold on. I missed where I was reading. And 2 stacks of Feral Resilience. And yeah, so your Feral Resilience is granting you 75 physical armor against the next incoming basic attacks. These stacks do not have a timer. Instead, how they work is you lose these stacks after you use the next W. So, or an enemy hero basic attacks you. So if you land this on all the enemy heroes, you have 10 stacks of physical armor blockage. This helps you sustain so good against heroes like Artanis in a solo lane, or against heroes like even Hogger and Leoric, who are some of the best, most S-tier bruisers Thrall's able to sustain against. At level 7, I go for follow-through in most of my matchups. Now, the other talents there do offer better sustain and percent damage. Not talents, just the one talent at this tier. Ancestral Wrath, I think is the name of it. So if I was going up against maybe a Diablo or possibly like a Cho'Gall or a Stitches, I would have gone for that. But follow-through grants you such high crit damage, and it's where you really start to win in the solo lane aspect if you weren't winning already. Especially if you're going up against squishy targets. The only issue that Thrall has against ranged heroes is that he gets kited, but we'll talk about that later. And one of those things that's later is level 10. So Sundering is what I like at level 10. I kind of went over it in the game, but it just offers so many good things. Like I said, you can peel for your allies, you can disrupt enemies, you can cancel channeled abilities, and you can finish off low health heroes. It's just so good. Comparing that, and it's only on a 70-second cooldown. When you compare that to Earthquake, the other ultimate, which it grants like a little slow in some aerial denial on a 100-second cooldown. If the enemy team's just smart, they back out for the 8 seconds it's active, or however long it's activated for, and then it's just like, okay, we're back to fighting. So, Sundering, in my opinion, has much more practicality, and I just like it in almost every circumstance, but there are times you go for the other one. Frostwolf Resilience. So your level 13 talent tier is where you gain your survivability. If you are taking a heavy amount of spell damage, you go for, I think it's called Spirit Shield, which is just a massive spell shield, and I go that in an equal amount of my games. But if you're taking general damage, you go for Frostwolf's Grace, which is an activatable ability, so it procs your follow-through at level 7. But you heal from your trait whenever you use this. But the catch is, the healing is increased by 100% based on Thrall's missing health. So the lower HP you are, you use this, the more healing you're going to get. Alright, 16 is another big power spike for you, regardless of the build you're going, where you pick up Alpha Wolf. So for 3 seconds after a hero is hit by your W, Thrall's basic attacks against them deal an additional 3% of the target's maximum health as damage. So you're and then additionally, the duration of Thrall's root is increased. So you're able to root targets for longer, but the big one is now where Thrall's kind of struggling to overcome a tanky target. He's able to kind of sustain right there with a tanky target. Now he's overcoming them and beating them and really just pummeling out. Let's run through it. That's 9% maximum HP if you land 3 autos, which is very easy to do with a WE combo. That's 9% of their maximum HP right there. And then another 3, so that's 12% of their maximum HP gone like that. You combo that with his level 7 talent that grants 15, I want to say. It deals 15% hero max health damage. That's like, you're shredding tanks. It's nearly 30% percent damage dealt in pretty much a pretty burst quick succession. Couldn't talk there. And then at level 20, Wind Rush. Wind Rush is what I go in nearly every game. It's too strong of an ability to pass up. You can use this to disengage, to engage, to dodge, to reposition, to like finish off those low HP targets. There's just so many good reasons you'd be picking Wind Fury or Wind Rush at level 20. Whereas other abilities at level 20, the only one that is ironically as good as it is the upgrade to Earthquake, because it grants a shield now for your allies, and it really can turn the tide of a fight. But yeah, you know, this is the typical build that I go in most of my games, if you were wondering. So we're gonna just show some honorable mentions. So if they really don't have any percent damage, and you don't think you're going to be able to be in range to auto attack the minions that you hit with Rolling Thunder, I would highly recommend going for an Echo of the Elements build, where your main goal is poking down the enemy hero and whittling them off of more damage and sustain that way, but you're more of a ranged build. And then if you pick him as a melee assassin, which I know this is a How to Bruise series, but if you do pick him as a melee assassin, Crash Lightning is really strong, and if you're playing ARAMs, you gotta go this talent. It's so much fun. I mean, I could talk all day about his Thrall's talents, so I guess we'll just make this a little bit more of a deep dive, because almost every single one of his talents are viable. So, Frostwolf Pack, you go this if you do go for the Echo of Elements build, and you're looking to spam out Ancestral Wrath, because of the reduced mana cost. You're spamming out so many spells that this ends up being very helpful. But, additionally, Mana Tide is good if you need to be saving a little bit of mana in the earlier game. Truthfully, though, I think Mana Tide gets outshined by Frostwolf Pack in most circumstances. I honestly haven't played them enough to figure out exactly why you'd want to pick one over the other, because they're so similar. The one nice thing about Mana Tide is it reduces the cooldown of your abilities and grants you some more mana, so you're able to spam out Qs more often. So yeah, they're both good, but these are more mana conserving talents, whereas this talent is more survivability, and I really like that. So yeah, here is your Ancestral Wrath talent. Still super good. I like follow through in most circumstances, but if you need to kill that tank or heal a little bit more, I like this talent. Do not, under any circumstances, ever go for Maelstrom Weapon, unless you're really just trying to have fun and go ding, 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 ding. It's a bait talent. The damage bonus that it gives you is not enough. How hard it is to stack it is not rewarding, and it's outshined by follow through in every circumstance, except maybe if you wanted the movement speed, but it comes on so late that's like, I don't know why you'd want that. Level 13, so yeah, same thing. Grace of Air is never really the right pickup, because you're going to be getting Frostwolf Grace, which is doing essentially what Grace of Air is doing, but better. And then Spirit Shield, like I said, if you need to block out the spell damage. And then the 16s, once again, we don't go for Tempest Fury. The E talents are pretty poo-poo in this game, so we stay away from that one. But if you are going for a ranged spam build, Thunderstorm is the talent that I would recommend. It's very strong, very easy to use, and can really help poke down heroes if you're playing for that poke damage playstyle, which is what King of Consistency Mr. Thrall does. And then at 20, like I said, Earthen Shield is actually a pretty strong talent, but it requires you to pick the crappier ultimate, which I'm not a big fan of. I didn't talk about it yet, but World Breaker, the shorter cooldown on it means you get your ult up more often. So if you're getting an absurd amount of value off of your ult, and you don't need the gap closing ability of Wind Rush, then World Breaker is still strong. I never really go Nexus Blades, because the slow is, although it's good, Wind Rush is better in most circumstances. And Elemental Momentum is a talent that sounds like a lot of fun, but I've never gotten it to work as good as these other talents. So maybe if it was buffed a little bit, it could be better, but there's better talents on this tier. Anyways, that was a very, very long How to Bruise video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments what you thought, and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.